Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. We're going to talk about Polkadot price predictions. Why not? Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. If you are new, please do subscribe, hit the bell button, leave a like and comment. Apologies for the noises outside. There's people breaking crap again. It's doing my head in. Anyways, thank you for your support. 38,000 subscribers. If you are new, as they say, hit that subscribe button. There's people that are not subscribed who are watching, which is kind of cool, but subscribe please. We've got a lot to talk about in terms of Polkadot price action, why I feel it's going to do potentially a 10x from here. Yes, I know, I've said it. Oof, big balls here, big ballsy prediction. I don't normally do them in terms of like this, you know. I'm kind of measured and realistic, but when we think long term and where this could go, I want to give you a few little reasons as to why it may happen. So if you've been living under a rock, you don't quite understand what Polkadot is. I'm not going to go through it in much detail because it's boggling. It's decent, you know, I like it a lot in terms of what it is, how it works, substrates, the parachains, the relay chains, the interoperability, who's in charge of it, which is also very, very important. But the fundamentals of it, yeah, great. It's a brilliant ecosystem. It works, but it needs to get going. And we're looking at this price now, $30 as it stands right now. In terms of Satoshi levels, that is roughly, bear with me, yeah, a very, very small amount of Satoshis compared to where it should be, in my opinion. So when we look at that and we think market cap, $27 billion, sorry, volume's pretty high, supply is pretty okay, you know, there's stuff there. Yeah, there's some good stuff happening. So I want to explain. In terms of the technology, there's a massive importance that a lot of people are forgetting about. I feel forgetting. In terms of how it works, in terms of the parachains, it's limited. Parachains on Polkadot will be limited. And this is where it's going to get fun. Scarcity. You need the tokens to actually auction and bid for this to become a part of that wheel, right? So on this screen here, these are parachains. Allows you to connect your fully working blockchain onto the ecosystem of Polkadot. This will give you higher throughput, increased security, decreased fees. So if you're on an Ethereum chain, bop, go onto a parachain. It now works with Polkadot. Chainlink are looking to do that. You've got other elements as well, such as the substrate system, where anyone can build their blockchain on their substrate system. So it doesn't have to be a parachain, it could just be a substrate. So it'll work on the ecosystem. But when you've got existing companies, this is where it goes boom. Existing companies, the likes of Chainlink as an example. Parachain, to connect and communicate with the Polkadot ecosystem, that's important. So when we start talking about the glossary of this and the importance of it, it gets very, very interesting. The relay chains, obviously, cross-chain interoperability, the parachains, as I mentioned, the sovereign blockchains that can create their own tokens and optimize their functionality for their use cases. Parathreads, similar to parachains, but pay-as-you-go model. It's important. And then you've got the bridges allowing the communications through different multiple entities and blockchains. So it's very, very interesting in my opinion. So you can see kind of roughly how it works. And if you look at substrate here, this is kind of what they've built. Connect your smart contracts, connect everything. So build any blockchain on it. So don't get too confused by it because it is boggling. But that being said, go and watch some videos. Go on the Polkadot YouTube channel, watch some videos, you'll understand it. But you can literally build your own blockchain using the infrastructure that they've developed to allow you to do it very, very easily. But the thing that I'm more interested in is this, the parachains. Supports a limited number of parachains, currently estimated to be around 100. Number of slots are limited. Several ways to allocate. System level parachains, parathreads, and the most important thing, auctions. So auctions can be granted for a permissionless auction. Essentially, parachain teams can either bid with their own DOT tokens or source them from community crowd loan functionalities or funding essentially. The Parathreads will have the same API as Parachains but are scheduled to execute as a pay-as-you-go model. So if you're a long-term option in the space, a company that wants a Parachain, they've got to bid with other people. So we're already seeing that there's partnerships with certain companies, like the Chainlink can be built with the likes of Polkadot. They're most likely going to be bidding for a Parachain slot. Stuff like that. That's just speculation, rumour, by the way. I'm just kind of just throwing it out there. You're going to see multiple levels of different business entities in the blockchain space looking to get involved with these auctions, in my opinion, because of the way they work. You can see already here some examples of how they, what could happen. You've got privacy chains, smart contract chains, high frequency chains, which is also important, and obviously the encrypted consortium chains. But when you start looking at it and reading into it, the way it'll work, it's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens with price action, because if people are bidding with the Polkadot system and the ecosystem token essentially, that's going to create a lot of interest in terms of big companies buying a bucket load of Polkadot to get an improvement of their own system. And yeah, I think that's very, very interesting. So, shall we move on to the next bit? Now, this bit, I feel it will create price action. It's all to do with trading. Polkadot as an ecosystem, I feel, is going to be one of the top dogs in the future. That's my personal opinion. And there's one exchange is here, and if you've never used it before, I suggest you check it out. Bybit have a sponsorship with Bundesliga, Borussia Dortmund, right? Simply, you can basically, in the next coming weeks, Polkadot is going on their exchange. So is Cardano. So two big market capitalization coins are going to be going fully on. There's already Chainlink, there's already Tezos, Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. But in the link below, you can actually earn some freebies. So you can get a load of free BTC, you can get all kinds of prize draws, win some football shirts if you're into football. So definitely check that out. But in the next few weeks, there's going to be a lot of Polkadot interest because it's going to go on their platform. When we talk about Polkadot, and I want to kind of mention this as well, Kusama. Kusama's the one that I missed out on. I should have bought Kusama with Polkadot. I didn't. And when we talk about ecosystems and how it works, I need to explain in very, very brief abbreviations what Kusama is. Self-described as Polkadot's wild cousin, is an experimental blockchain that is designed to provide a massive, interoperable and scalable framework for developers. This is like, wait for it, sandbox mode. You know when you used to play on Sims and random things and you used to fuck things up for a laugh? It's like that, right? Put it that way. So it's built on Substrate, so it's built on their own platform, and the blockchain kit is developed by Parity Technologies, which is like one of the main companies around Polkadot and Web3. So it's virtually the same as what Polkadot does. But what are we seeing? We're already seeing the price action of Kusama because things are getting tested on it. Things are getting they're happening on it right now. It's creating a huge price action wave away from the Polkadot ecosystem, which, going back a few steps, auctions, buildings, utility, all that shite coming together in the next year or so is going to create a lot of price action for why Polkadot will probably jump up a few levels. So it is all part of the same group. It's happy days, all that good stuff. But when we look at the price action of this, now if we're thinking multiples here, if we go back to say July, it was 23 million market cap, 1.8 billion. This is hurtling towards some high levels. And the beautiful thing is you can buy this pretty much anywhere. You can hold it as an investment. But that being said, it isn't Polkadot. It is the wild side of it. It's the baby version of the, let's just do a draft drawing. Let's just break it and then we'll put it onto the main one properly when it's done. That's kind of how it is. So I'm very excited for this chain. I really am, in terms of how it works and what it will do. And when we start thinking, how far can it go? Well, we don't know. No one would have said to me when I first invested in Ethereum at $14, it would have been where it is today. And this is what I feel will do very, very well. So let's talk about price. I honestly believe this is undervalued still at $30. 27 billion market cap. And I've already kind of explained a few little elements to why the price will probably move in the future. Bull market as well. Competition essentially, or likeness to Ethereum due to the founder, Dr. Gavin Wood, who basically writ the language for Ethereum, if you don't know that. Now, when you start thinking, can it match Ethereum? I think it can. And I've said this on numerous occasions. I've also said in my tweet, follow me on Twitter by the way, that anything below $5 for a dot was free money. I don't know how many people took up that opportunity, but look at that for price action. I still think it's undervalued. When you look at the BTC chart, it's pretty much level where the previous alt season was. We've kind of had a massive run, but we're going to go into price discovery mode for real very, very soon, in my opinion. So when you start putting into the context of auctions, companies wanting a parachain, if there's only 100, it's going to create a lot of sale rush, isn't it? There's going to be all kinds of interest there. You got additional trading volume coming in from a big exchange in the derivative side of it. You've also got the success of Kusama. And when you start looking at the fact of, well, for me, personal opinion, not financial advice here, how many Polkadot ecosystem coins are starting to come to the fore now? There's a lot. All over the place. They are starting to come around. Now, I mentioned Chainlink before. If you Google Chainlink and Polkadot, they've got a partnership. What's to stop them from trying to get on a parachain? Nothing. You do not know what's going to happen. All these big companies that are going to be looking to get connective bridges with the ecosystem of Polkadot, it's going to create more and more price action, more and more volume flow of the token getting interested. But you can look at all these coins here. There's some real good ones in here. Origin Trail is probably one that's also getting quite a lot of interest as well at the moment, as you can see by the price. You know, the ecosystem of Polkadot is getting interesting very, very quickly. And that's what's making life really, really interesting in terms of where can it go? Well, we don't know. Like, that is the ultimate thing. But what we do know is we're at 27 billion market cap. Ethereum is at 210 billion. I think we'll close that gap. I think this will do easily a 10x from here up to 270 and compete with Ethereum. I don't think Ethereum's done. I think Ethereum can go a lot higher than where it is right now. Definitely. I think it's suppressed as it stands. But overall, when you look at this price, $30, it's price discovery mode.